Hello, students. I hope you are fine and staying safe at your places. Today, we are going to start to explain your chapter, whatever we have explained after that. I know the school is closed and you are facing difficulties to solving the question answer as you are in class 10 and you're having your board exams also. But don't worry about it. We are going to help you in each and every thick and thin. And we are also going to start to explain the chapter in online mode. Earlier, I have sent all the study material and I hope that you are all writing in your classwork copies. That will be beneficial for you as it is your notes, and also do the assignments whatever given into your blog. Today we will start chapter 3, remaining the last part, that is the Indigo Revolt, the characteristic and the analysis of the chapter. First of all, we will discuss about this chapter, that is Indigo Revolt happened around 1859 to 60. The British government, in order to redress the growing grievances among the Indians, formulated a number of changes in the ruling system. But it was unable to do totally with the discontentment. During the 60, nearly 60 lakhs of indigo farmers revolted against the atrocities of the British indigo planters. Now those planters are forcibly snatching away the land, mainly I can say the cultivable land, from the Indian peasant. The indigo planters forced to farmers to cultivate only indigo in their agricultural land. So, before starting the reason or the causes of the Indigo Revolt, you can take a piece of paper and a pen and write down the points whatever I am writing on the board. It will be helpful for you to understand the topic. Number 1, the demand of the peasant. The indigo planters, now number 1 is the demand of the peasant. The indigo planters used to two kinds of land for their cultivation of indigo. Two kinds of lands were known as Elaka and Bay Elaka. And also the Bay Elaka land belonged to the farmers. The farmers were paid in advance 2 rupees per bigha of land to cultivate indigo in their own land. The number of indigo plantation kept growing in the places like Nadia, Jashore, Khulna, Dhaka, Pabna and Faridpur. By 1830, there were 1000 indigo plantation in Bengal. And the operation by indigo planters also kept increasing. Number 2 is the system of Dadan. You can write down the system of Dadan like the 2 rupees what already I have said. 2 rupees per bigha or per land, per bighas of land. The cultivation of indigo was extremely profitable for the planters, but not so for the farmers. The land which were used for cultivation of indigo became unsuitable for growing food crops. Once the cultivation of indigo, it will finish the cultivation quality of the land, or the fertility of the land, you can say. When the farmers refuse to do so, the planters given oppression to them. Number 3 is tormenting the tenants. The farmers who refused to plant indigo, they tortured them. A whip called Shamachand, they are using to the planters, and also they looted the livestock of the farmers. Next is the regulation 5 in 1830. It was regulation 5 act by Lord Bentinck. It was passed a regulation that as a result of any breach of contract means in the case of contract between the indigo farmer, the indigo planter was considered to be the criminal offence. Hence, Regulation 5 was discarded in 1835. However, the planters continued to torment the farmers with the help of the police and the magistrate. Next is the role of newspaper and the middle class. The contemporary newspaper had encouraged the revolt of indigo planters. These were the revolt of indigo farmers. We can say Harishchandra Mukhopadhyay gave a vivid description or the vivid details of the operation by the indigo planters. The very well-known newspaper Anand Bazar, that was once known as Amrit Bazar Potrika, and Hindu Patriot, it was encouraged the farmers to do the revolt against the indigo planters. Shangbad Prabhakar by Ishwar Chandra Gupta and Tattwabodhini Potrika of Akshay Kumar Datta also had given the information about indigo revolt. Next is the leaders. The leaders like Vishnu Charan Bishwas and Digambor Bishwas, they led the revolt. After that, Ram Mohan and Girish Mollik, and also Mahesh Banerjee and Morad Bishwas of Aurangabad, to name a few. The characteristic features of indigo revolt. The main characteristic features of indigo revolt are: it was the largest farmers revolt in Bengal, and this was also received the support of the educated middle class. Now the result of indigo revolution. The formation of indigo commission. Number 1, the formation of indigo commission was most important consequence of indigo revolt. Number 2, reported the enormous principle. The cultivation of indigo was harmful and also erroneous, means punishable. At that time, the recommendation of indigo commission, the price of the indigo was increased as well. Secondly, the Teen Kathia system. The cultivation of indigo in 3 quotas of land for every bigha was indigo as a result of the importance of indigo cultivation. So that's all for indigo revolt. To sum up, this point will help you, and also you read down the passage properly. In next class, we will discuss about many more topics from your second summative test. Bye.